At some point, you're going to have to acknowledge that you do not like the narcissist. The problem with this is that you don't like that you do not like the narcissist because of some kind of faulty moral compass or whatever it is you've been living to most of your life. And so there's a war going on inside of you because you do not like the person that the narcissist is, yet you don't know what to do about that because you're stuck. We're going to talk about this. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Before I continue, I want to let you know that I'm here for your support. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments. In addition to that, I do have a brand new coaching program that I'm going to roll out for all of you starting next week. Right now, it's in beta testing with a small group, and it's going well. So I'm looking forward to launching that for you all next week. Now, we're talking about the difficult truth that you do not like the narcissist. Here's typically what happens. We'll talk about in dating, and then we'll talk about with family, because there's reasons, different reasons for both that keeps you stuck with this war, internal war going on inside of you that's keeping you locked in with the narcissist, even though you don't like them. So, for example, in typical dating situations, you meet this charming person, whatever, and it happens to be in one of your lowest moments in life. Maybe you moved to a new city, maybe you lost a job, maybe you escaped your narcissistic family, and you're swept off your feet by this charming person that's doing nothing but mirroring back to you all the great things about you, right? Typically, what I like to say about this phase in a dating relationship is really you become blinded by your own aura, right? You're shining bright like a star in this relationship, and the narcissist is just there for the ride. Like, yeah, you're awesome, do your thing, and you're just glowing so much that you're enjoying yourself. How many of you have heard it said that when you are falling in love with a narcissist, the person you're really falling in love with is yourself? How many of you have heard that, right? You'll find out and you'll realize that it was you that was providing all the fun. It was you that was the excitement. So much so, you were so blinded by your own star power, if you will, right? Your own excitement in the relationship and the newness of it. You were so blinded by that you failed to get to know the narcissist. You failed to really know the ins and outs of them, who they are, how they treat people, what their temperament is. And even if there were red flags in the beginning, you ignored them. Why? Because again, you were blinded by how much fun you were having. You were caught up in your own excitement. By the time you do catch on to who the narcissist is, check this out, you realize you don't like them. That's really what's going on. You do not like the person that they are. You discover like, oh my gosh, who is this person? I don't like the way they're foul-mouthed. I don't like the way they treat people. I don't like the way they have no motivation. I don't like the way they whine and cry. I don't like the way they devalue me. I don't like the way that they are not encouraging me. Most of this stuff is who they, it hasn't changed. It's just now you're seeing it more. And what you're realizing is that you don't like them at all. How do you know you don't like them? Well, you're trying to fix them for one. That's the biggest red flag right there, that you no longer like the narcissist. I just want you to be better. I want you to be better so we can make this work. Why don't you treat me this way? Why don't you talk to me this way? Why don't you? Basically, what you're screaming out loud is, I don't like you. I don't like you. And to be fair, and I'm going to play the devil's advocate here, the narcissist sees that too. And this is why they become rageful. They start to say, how dare you? You don't like me? Well, you liked me in the beginning, and now you don't like me? What the heck? Right? And it's important to recognize this, because it's so much better for you to just start to own up to that. Okay, I don't like this person. Typically, what stops you from saying that, again, there's a lot of moral compass issues. If you allow the relationship to go far enough, you've already crossed your own boundaries in the relationship. And so as a result, you're like, well, I can't just say I don't like them because that doesn't make sense. After all, I've given myself completely to them in doing this and doing that. And well, I can't just say I don't like them because how do I justify what I did in the relationship, right? And this is part of the war that you're in. It seems like it'd be easier to try to fix them and make them into something that makes sense. Then we don't have to say, wow, what did I put myself into? I'm telling you right now, it's better to walk away. Once you realize you don't like the person, it's a lot better. Go no contact and cut it off and say, wow, I messed up. I don't like you. I don't know what I was thinking. I must have missed all the red flags. I can't believe I missed the red flags, but I do not like you. We have to be able to own that and say that. Speak it out loud. You can call me, say it to me. I don't like the narcissist. I can't stand them. I can't stand the person they are. And then we get to work on trying to figure out and sort out, well, what attracted you to begin with, right? But it's important to understand that. How about with family? This is a harsh truth, but you don't like your mom, you don't like your dad. You don't like the people that they are. This is a difficult one. I'm supposed to like my mom and dad, and this is what creates that war, right? It's like you were raised believing, I have to like my mom, I have to like my dad. The Bible says to honor them. The Bible says honor them, which means don't speak illy of them. Don't try to hurt them. Don't try to take their life away from them. Don't try to rob them, but it doesn't say anything about liking them. A lot of parents, a lot of moms and dads out there doing drugs and whatnot and abandoning kids. What's to like about that? You don't have to like that. Honor and like are two separate things. And I deal with this constantly. During one-on-one appointments, I talk with people and sometimes it comes out. I'm listening to them. And they'll say, I don't like the person. My mom is. I don't like the person. And I stop them. I say, wait, say that again. And like, what? What? Say what again? What again? And they make something up. And I say, no. Say what you said before that. But I don't like, yeah, you don't like them. You don't like your narcissistic. Yeah, but I hate that. I hate saying that. I get it. Again, you're up against a false narrative that tells you have to like your mom and dad. You don't. You don't have to like your mom. You don't have to like your dad. You don't have to like your brother. You don't have to like your sister. You have permission to not like any of them. And the sooner you own up to not having to like these narcissistic people who have influenced and controlled your life, the sooner you'll be free to say, wow, I never have to like them. I can minimize my contact because it's not only beneficial for me, but it's fair for them. Because why would I keep going and being around people who I don't like? Think about it. It's not fair for narcissists. Constantly going around them, even though you don't like the people they are. This is our role. Your role, my role. There are people, there are family members that I have, siblings that I have that I don't like. It's not fair for me to be around them when I don't like them. How's that fair for me or for them? Doesn't make any sense, does it? So when you think of it this way, it becomes better for you to own the people you just don't like. Don't worry about whether or not it makes you a good or bad person. We can't live our lives that way. You need to live your life on your path in this life, doing what you're called to do. You can't worry about how it makes you look if you don't like this person or that person. We got to start breaking these false Christianese narratives and this and that. You're not a good Christian if you don't like everybody. Nonsense, right? Listen, I'm here for your support. I want to talk about this more with you. All right. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments. In addition to that, I do have a coaching program that's a group coaching program I'm rolling out next week. And all of you cannot afford to miss it. So look forward to that. It's coming out next week. And I'll be back with more videos for you right here on The Royal We. Follow me on Instagram at Join The Royal We. Also on TikTok at The Royal We Official for itty-bitty little 60-second versions of these videos. Until next time, watch this video right here. This video is for you. It's been handpicked by the YouTube algorithms. YouTube thinks enough about you to learn about what you watch. And so it's making this as a suggestion. I think it's a good suggestion. Give it a try and let me know if this video resonates with you. I'll be back with more right here on The Royal We.